Hello everyone, myself Urvashi. Today we are going to study the structure of atom. Many scientists worked on this. They tried hard to explain how atoms look like. They proposed many models explaining the structure of atom. Let's first understand what is atom. If anybody is using the term atom, the first thing that strikes in our mind is that it is the smallest repeating unit of any matter. That's why they are called the building block of matter. Like for a wall, the fundamental block is brick. That is, brick is here the repeating unit which makes up the wall. So, for matter, smallest repeating unit is considered to be the atom. It is non-divisible, that is, it cannot be divided. For a while, let us imagine the structure of atom be like this. Here, center of atom is called nucleus, which contains neutrons and protons. Electrons keep on revolving around the nucleus. Here we come across the three particles that are electrons, protons, and neutrons. All these are collectively called the fundamental particles, that is, the basic particles. Now, the thing which we have to keep in mind is that neutrons are neutral, while protons are positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. This is the basic overview of the atom. Now, coming to the models, which were proposed by many scientists to describe the structure of atom. The first one is Thomson model of atom. J.J. Thomson was a scientist who proposed the first model of atom, saying that it is having spherical shape. He considered the atom like this, where the positive charge is uniformly spread and is represented here by the orange part. And he considered the negative charge, that are electrons, being embedded into it. He compared his model with watermelon. Here, watermelon having the red part is just similar to this orange part. And these seeds of the watermelon are resembling the embedded electrons in this model. So, his model was very much similar to the watermelon looks. Now, coming to the features and failures of his model. The very first feature of his model was that he considered that mass of the atom is uniformly distributed over the atom. That is, here we can see that in this figure, charge, positive and negative charge, both are uniformly spread. This is what his first assumption was. Now, this model was able to explain the overall neutrality of the atom because the positive and the negative charge were equally spread, so the atom was considered to be the neutral as whole. Now, coming to the failure of his model. His model was not able to explain the experiments conducted by the other scientists. That is, the experimental evidence of this model was not available at that time, which made the basic failure of his model. To overcome these drawbacks, many scientists were working. One of them was Rutherford. Rutherford, along with his students, worked hard in explaining this model. What he did, he made experiment. His experiment was having basically the three sources. The first thing was the source of alpha particles. The second thing is the thin gold foil. And the third thing is thin fluorescent zinc sulfide screen. These three were the experimental apparatus which he used in his experiment. Now, what he did, he just bombarded alpha particles on this thin foil, thin gold foil, and he observed that some of the particles were undeflected, while some are scattered and some type of fluorescence was observed all around this zinc sulfide screen. Observations made by Rutherford were very simple. That is, he observed that most of the particles passed through the foil undeflected. That is, they felt no deflection. They just passed straight. While the small fraction of alpha particles got deflected by a very small angle, as shown by the pointer. Now, a very few particles, that is 1 in 20,000, only one particle out of 20,000 particles bounced back, which is shown by this middle line, bouncing back of this atom, alpha particle. Based on all these three observations, he made some conclusions. What was the first conclusion is the most of the space in atom is empty because these most of the particles got undeflected. These are representing that atom has nothing. Most of the space is empty. Most of the space in atom is having nothing but a empty space. Other two observations made by Rutherford were that small particles got deflected and only a few were bounced back. This suggested that positive charge is concentrated to a very small region because the particles that are leading to the complete deflection or a small deflection may be very strong. That is, it must be positively charged to deflect back the positively charged alpha particles, making the conclusion that positive charge is concentrated to a very small region. Also, he added that nucleus is surrounded by electrons which are not stationary but are moving in a circular orbit similar to our solar system, as planets in our solar system keep on revolving around the sun. This is the look of the atom in accordance with Rutherford's experiment, where the neutrons, the protons, and the electrons are shown, and the spherical shape of the atom was also shown. This is how we can see our atom in today's life. His model of atom is considered to be very much correct and is accepted worldwide. So this is all about the models explaining the structure of atom. Thank you.